What is up everyone? So in today's video I'll be showing you off the 10 must-have new units in update 7 to help you progress into the new update. Especially they've added new dungeons, new infinite castle, season 2, legend stages and more. And make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever brand new videos out, as I will be showing you guys more kind of these informational videos. One last thing I would like to say before starting the video is that all of the units I'm mentioning in this top 10 must-have new units list are all obtainable. Yes, obtainable. This list is not in any particular order in terms of importance or how good the units are or anything like that. With that being said, let's get started with the video. Woo! The first unit that I'm going to be mentioning and want to get it out of the way is Yono Spirit. Make sure that you own Yono Spirit, as he is currently the best mythic heal unit, best obtainable damaging and DPS unit in update 7, with Yono Spirit's damage at max upgrade and max level at 62,817, following his DPS being 6,281, as his ability cooldown is sitting at 10 seconds. Yono Spirit's damage type is a magic type, which I recommend bring him in legend stage 2. And Yono Spirit costs 60,200 yen to fully max him. And an alternative unit is to use Peruna Ghost Princess. Peruna Ghost Princess damage style is magic, so I suggest to bring her along in legend stage 2. She is a limited unit and can only be obtained from the Halloween orb, and I definitely recommend getting yourself Peruna, as you will be able to spawn 5 of her, as Peruna's damage at max upgrade and max level is 27,612, with her DPS at 4,602, as her ability cooldown is 6 seconds. And let's move on to the next one. The next unit I'm gonna be mentioning is Grey Devil Slayer. Grey Devil Slayer can freeze both ground and air units, which will be valuable in both of the legend stage 1 and 2. I do not recommend upgrading Grey because you should be prioritizing your damage more, and these supports I'm gonna be mentioning will help you quite a ton without you needing to upgrade them. An alternative unit to use if you do not own Grey Devil Slayer is Mochi Charlotte. And Mochi's Charlotte can only slow down the ground opponent's speed, but he is still good. And lastly, the last support I recommend bringing that is obtainable, which is Kizawa Godspeed. That is basically the same as Grey Devil Slayer, although Kizawa Godspeed cannot stun both air and ground opponents and can only stun ground opponents. Again, this is an alternative unit if you do not own Grey Devil Slayer or Mochi, so yeah. Alright, next unit that is a must-have in update 7 is Gojo 6 Eyes. Yes, he is still obtainable, and you can still get eyes for you to be able to evolve him from the Jujutsu Kaisen Infinite Mode map, or if you are desperate, you can buy them from Bulma. Gojo is a damage and semi-support unit, and he is quite versatile. As you summon Gojo 6 Eyes, you will be able to manually freeze globally for 8.5 seconds, and his damage will be doubled from that duration. Gojo 6 Eyes damage is 48,000 damage at upgrade 9. His DPS is 8,053, as his ability cooldown is 6. Gojo 6 Eyes will be valuable in the legendary stage 2, but as I have said before that, he is quite versatile, so I use him in both stages. Moving on to the next unit, which is Sakuna. He will be carrying you in Legend Stage 1, with Sakuna being a physical damage type and Sakuna attack type is an AoE circle, which is pretty good, and Sakuna have an ability called Dismembered, which nerfing the opponents and giving a permanent 20% more damage done to the opponents specifically. Sakuna does 59,000 damage at max upgrade and max level. Sakuna's DPS will be 6,000, and if you did not know that, Sakuna also does bleeding damage, which does 14,850 damage over 3 ticks, and this does not even include it into his DPS, and also his ability cooldown is sitting at 10 seconds. And Sakuna will cost you 62,500 yen to fully upgrade him. Yahoo! The next unit I'm gonna be mentioning is King Meruem. King Meruem's damage type is a physical, making him strong stronger in Legend Stage 1. King Meruem's damage at max upgrade and max level is 21,537 with his DPS 4,307. Whoa! As his ability cooldown is at 5 seconds. The way you can get King Meruem is from the banner, and he will cost 20,000 gems if you do not own the VIP Game Pass, and if you do own the VIP Game Pass, the pity will be lowered at 16,000, so I definitely recommend treating yourself and buying the VIP Game Pass yourself. And an alternative unit to bring is Cell Super Perfect. Cell Super Perfect damage type is a physical, which then it will be very useful on the Legend Stage 1. One thing that everyone gets ticked off is that he is a raid unit, and it will take you longer to get Cell Super Perfect than to get King Meruem. So the safest bet for you is to get King Meruem, and Cell will cost a lot of money to evolve him and get him to Cell Super Perfect. But if you want the challenge, then go ahead. And Cell Super Perfect's damage at max upgrade and max level is 35,895 with his DPS being 5,882 as his ability cooldown is 6 seconds. And I do want to mention that King Meruem is a hybrid unit and Cell Super Perfect is a heal unit. This may consider as a troll, but I definitely recommend bringing Wenda as she buffs your unit by 30% on your magic, and you won't even need to upgrade her to get the ability to buff allies, as she can already buff units manually by summoning her. Like, literally. I do want to point out that it doesn't indicate the brand new stats when you buff the magic units, but it still buffs your magic units by 30%, so don't worry a single thing that, oh my god, my stats are not increasing. Don't you worry, they did not. I don't know why, bro. Like, come on, Anime Adventures. Hopefully in the next patch, the next update, they will show an indication whenever, you know, when we buff our units, it will show our stats increase. But you know what? Thank you, Anime Adventures, for ending Wenda. Yeah, Wenda. Moving on to the next unit that I consider that you must have in Update 7 is BrookSoaking. BrookSoaking is a ground unit and does physical damage, which will be exceptionally well in the Legend Stage 1. BrookSoaking do have a passive where he buffs his allies' range by 10% and damage by 15% for 10 seconds of each attack, and the only way you can get this unit is from the Halloween event loot, so good luck on getting your hands on this amazing limited unit. And I definitely forgot to mention that BrookSoaking's damage at max upgrade and max level is 89,739 with his DPS being 6,803 as his ability cooldown is 13 seconds, and he is a ground type unit. The next unit that I never failed to mention is Bulma. Bulma is a legendary money maker. Having Bulma in this brand new Update 7 will help you progress you into the game, especially in your infinite modes, raids, infinity castle, dungeons, and legend stages. Bulma at max upgrade will give you 10,000 yen at the end of every round, so the first thing you will need to do as you spawn into a map is to max your Bulma. But please do not be a selfish person. I can't even pronounce my words, bro. Selfish person. Just by maxing your Bulma and not helping your team until you max upgrade your Bulma. Please do not do that. Don't be a selfish person. Yeah. And make sure I can pronounce my words. You know, I suck at talking, man. Like, the amount of pre-recording I need to do for me to talk properly, man. The one unit that we didn't expect we would see in this list is Yuta Cursechild, as we all thought that he was going to be limited, but no, he is not a limited unit, and you can still get the resources for you to be able to evolve him. Woohoo! Yuta is still the strongest unit in Update 7. Yuta is a magic damage type unit, but despite of that, Yuta is still valuable to bring him both of the legend stages, and upgrade 8, he will have a new ability that makes his AoE large line, especially with the new legend stages being such a big map. You can use Yuta Cursechild's full potential, and Yuta's Cursechild damage at max upgrade and max level is 151,867 with his ability cooldown at 18 seconds, making his DPS 8,437, and he is a shield breaker unit, so you don't need to bring Crush, bro. Guildarts, who is that person? Who is that unit, man? And one last thing that I forgot to say is that Yuta Cursed Child costs 109,300 yen to fully max him, and I suggest maxing him in the mid game. Don't max him in the early game. That's like a silly choice, man. Finally, the last unit I'm gonna be mentioning is Dark Asto. Dark Asto's damage style is a physical, which he will be duper overpower in Legend Stage 1. Dark Asto damage at max upgrade and max level is 62,817, with his DPS being 8,873. Wow! As his ability cooldown is 7 seconds, making him the best damage per second unit as of update 7, as the previous holder of the first place was Yuta Cursed Child, as his DPS is 8,437 if you guys were listening. Dark Asto's range is quite decent, what makes him the best unit to have in update 7, as he is currently the highest damage unit with his damage at 62,000, and he costs 59,100 yen to fully max him. So I definitely recommend upgrading him first, as he is literally so cheap to fully max him. Go get your hands on the Asto, bro. He is so strong. Strong. We have reached the end of the video. Woo! I totally did not record them at the same time, because who will do that? Who will do such a thing? So we have reached the end of the top 10 must-have new units in update 7, and I would like to know, what do you guys think of my top 10 tier list, and let me know how would you guys do your top 10 must-have in update 7 on the comments. Thank you all for the love and support you guys have been giving me, that I'm quite overwhelmed in a good way though, so do not worry. Thank you all so much for watching till the end. Your support makes me want to continue to do what I love, so remember that, and I love you guys. Pog. You know, that's the new way we end this every video. Like, we end every video with pog. Poggy pog.